Forget everything you think you know about how this war ends, because what I'm about to lay out for you isn't speculation, it isn't punditry, and it sure as hell isn't the sanitized version you've been getting from CNN or Fox News. This is an analysis rooted in 30 years of military intelligence work, weapons inspection experience, and a career spent understanding how governments lie when they're losing. And right now, make no mistake about it, the United States is losing, not on the battlefield in any conventional sense, but in the only arena that ultimately determines the outcome of modern conflict, strategic leverage. And Iran holds it completely, unambiguously, and Washington has no credible plan to take it back. Let me be clear about something from the outset. 32 days of continuous American bombing, 32 days of the most sophisticated air campaign the United States military has executed since the opening salvos of Operation Iraqi Freedom. $11.3 billion spent in the first 6 days alone, over 8,000 targets struck across the Iranian mainland, airfields, missile production facilities, naval installations, nuclear infrastructure, 92% of Iran's major surface combatants removed from the order of battle. By any traditional military metric, this looks like a campaign of overwhelming success. That's exactly what the Pentagon wants you to believe. But having spent years evaluating exactly these kinds of assessments, sitting in intelligence cells, reviewing bomb damage assessments, cross-referencing satellite imagery with human intelligence, I can tell you with absolute certainty that military destruction and strategic victory are not the same thing. They never have been, and the Strait of Hormuz proves it. The reality is brutally simple. Iran still controls the single most critical energy choke point on the surface of this planet, 20 million barrels of crude oil per day, 1/5 of all seaborne oil on Earth. The narrow strip of water between the Iranian coast and the Sultanate of Oman, 21 miles wide at its narrowest navigable point, through which the global economy breathes. And right now, that waterway is not open. It is not neutral. It is an Iranian toll highway, and Tehran is the one collecting the fees. What the mainstream media won't tell you is just how thoroughly and deliberately Iran has transformed this crisis into a long-term strategic position. This wasn't improvisation. This wasn't desperation. This was a plan executed with a precision and patience that should frankly terrify anyone who studied Iranian strategic doctrine over the past 2 decades, because I have. And what they've built in the Strait of Hormuz isn't a blockade. It's something far more dangerous and far more permanent than a blockade. Stay with me, because by the time I'm done laying this out, you will understand exactly why Donald Trump is now privately telling his senior advisors he is willing to end this war even if Hormuz never reopens. And you will understand exactly what that admission means for American power, American credibility, and the American economy for the next decade. Let's start with the facts on the ground, the ones you can verify, the ones that no amount of White House spin can erase.